That's better. Let's turn down the music a little bit. How is everyone doing today? We got some exciting news from Unlockswitch today on Twitter. Be able to pull that up in just a second. I'm just gonna make sure that everything is properly set up. How's everyone doing today? See, I hate my fucking chair some days. Absolute pain in my fucking ass. But, okay, scene one. There we go, guys. And today, I actually have some very exciting news from Unlockswitch. It all started with Liar Liar, posted yesterday calling out Switch for blatantly lying to customers, and they are steering their way towards more of a piracy route, Switch is. So, where is it? Sorry about that. Basically, right here, it says, as far as the MIG dumper, there is no change, but stocks are also coming in June. We are also resuming taking orders from it. Stocks are limited to 10,000 units. 10,000 units, okay? Okay. And then up here, we go and we see something that Unlockswitch states. 160,000 pieces. Why not 1.6 million? Now, you might be wondering what that number might mean here. That is actually the amount of carts Switch is planning to produce right now. And if you put 160,000 up against 10,000, there seems to be 150,000 people without the ability to dump carts. So that is actually leading towards a very, very high piracy route for Switch. And it's not looking too good for them, you know? Right now, Unlockswitch is essentially leading the whole, the whole destroying of Switch, the decimation. Because in the end, I feel that Switch isn't going to be around for much longer. Unlockswitch is actually going to do what they are setting out to do. And that is actually give everyone what they want. A reliable and working product. This product, you'll see in the next Twitter post. I'm just looking at my YouTube chat right now because I cannot actually see it on my computer without going into OBS here. But yeah, essentially, Switch is burying their own hole here, putting out 160,000 pieces of carts, but only 10,000 dumpers, meaning 150,000 people will not have a dumper or a way to access legitimate dumped games that they own. So they will be forced to go down the piracy road. And if we just click back, go to the next post that Unlockswitch has posted, and they're showing off their cards, their PCB boards a little bit more, which is actually something that MIG DIY and MIG Switch kind of stopped doing for a while. And if you notice, I'm not sure if I can zoom this in anymore, but you can tell that one of these pins here is actually separated now. Essentially, if you look at your Switch cards, this pin right here does not have a line in it. Essentially, this pin is used for card detection and also a ground. The bottom one's the ground, the top one's for card detection, I assume. And what Unlockswitch has done here is they simply made it so they're two separate pins. And if you, I don't know if I can zoom this in. No, I can't. But if you look closely right there, or even just go to the picture on Twitter, the ground seems to go to a little dot. And little tiny dots on multi-layer PCB boards essentially mean that ground is being moved somewhere else on the board. I have speculation that it's being moved up to the Switch connections up here. One of these has to be a ground connection. Reasons? Well, the Switch is going to be disconnecting your cart from the Switch and then reconnecting it. I have yet to figure out what other pin it is, but I believe it's this one right here, pin 11. You can also tell that there is another dot just above it, but there is no other dot on the positive. So it might be just a one-sided thing. I'm not entirely too sure. But as you can see, Unlockswitch is finally putting out their thing, which looks so nice. Now I have access to live chat. That's fucking great. Sorry, this is all being put together in such quick notice because essentially this is massive fucking news. We haven't got to the biggest part of the massive news yet, but this is pretty good news. Like, we're actually getting the PCB board design, and we actually get to see it and how they've changed it to a Nintendo Switch card, which is so nice. And if you do look close, you can see that each one of these pins does eventually go to where the SD card adapter goes. So if people can backwards like engineer that stuff, it is going to be backwards engineered pretty soon, I assume. But right now, Unlockswitch does seem to be doing a very professional job and all that, and it is really, really appreciated. But yeah, they say right here, the cookies are in the oven. They're coming. What do you mean by cookies, my dear friend? Well, they are actually getting ready to start with the whole the samples. They basically are ready to get the samples shipped out to the people, but they need to pick 30 more people. Once they do that, I think they will ship out the cards that they are showing off right now. But yeah, you can just see me right there. I'm excited. Good job, guys. Thank you. And then, no problem, guys. Keep up the great work. And then there's people just making memes. And there was one person that did make a "we are schizophrenic" joke. And they kind of scored themselves a free MIG cart. But At the same time, everyone else is now following this bandwagon of maybe I can make a joke, maybe make Unlockswitch laugh. So they're, dude, I've got a gluten intolerance, cook me something else. Noted. I do not know how to pronounce this, but I assume that's a different language. The ads of Twitter, gotta love that. Oatmeal cookie, please. Smiley face. Good, because I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Hook this guy up. Can't wait to see what they got cooking. Love the smell of solder in the morning. Will you sell blank PCBs? Which is quite interesting. We'll get into that in the next post. Hell fucking yeah. What? Why am I stuck on your profile? There we go. Hell fucking yeah. Hopefully that competition where you took the inspiration from isn't getting crazy. Interesting. There's 2 hearts to that one as well. Not sure who hearted it. It's obviously not Switch, because it would say Switch has like this, or Unlockswitch. But yeah, just a bunch of people like, I'm hungry. Oh, this guy. If these don't immediately ship, I'm not buying. I'll deal with the hassle installing a high fly before I even wait 2 weeks for an order to ship. This guy right here, this man is an absolute savage. He's been in the Unlock server Twitter for like quite a while now. And he seems to really want to actually put Unlockswitch in the ground, but he does not understand or see the good that Unlockswitch is doing. They're actually putting Switch in the fucking ground, and they're taking their time to put out a product that everyone will enjoy. Yay, I'm waiting for more information. I'm hungry. And then that's that one. It is a little bit interesting, you know? Okay. You just see this tweet and you're just like, the cookies are in the oven. They're coming. Oh boy, what's that mean? So, this is why I had to start this live stream. Right here. This right here is major news. And before I even say anything about this, I'm just going to read it out. And then we're just going to talk about it afterwards. And then, yeah. So firstly, Unlockswitch posted this at approximately 1:54 today at PM. That was approximately an hour ago, but I had to set everything up on my stream and all that. Sorry about the delay. But let's get into it. Firstly, thank you for your patience. We've opted to take our time to develop a solution that won't become outdated in X amount of months, which is good. That's really good, you know. The Unlockswitch MSK represents an open source solution. No files, our code come bundled with our offering. You'll wield complete control over your cartridge, including updates for the 2 components on the PCB and firmware updates. With further enhancements in the pipeline, this functionality is facilitated by Unlockswitch programmers and is complementary software. The Unlockswitch programmer software, which also comes at no extra cost, which I highly appreciate. It is kind of common sense that you would bundle your software with the product you're selling with no extra cost, which is really good. Thank you, Unlockswitch, for that. In essence, with the Unlockswitch, you take charge of flashing your cartridge whenever updates are needed, which is really good, really good. We are already aware that various teams are actively refining the code and will soon be online, meaning that there is more competition. Not only Switch, DIY, but there could be other teams that we don't know about. Once again, we empathize that we have no affiliations with any other team. Our sole focus is on delivering high quality hardware, and they are really doing that. They have taken their time to show us what they are capable of, and I really appreciate that. As previously announced, we'll be distributing tongue twister there. Sorry about that. We'll be distributing 50 free samples to regular users, beta testers, and reviewers. Eagerly anticipating their feedback. Hey, Blizzard Bucks, how you doing, my dude? I just noticed that Unlockswitch just dropped this massive thing an hour ago, and I just had to cover this. But how you doing, my dude? But yeah, there is confirmed 50 free samples to regular users, beta testers, and reviewers, eagerly anticipating their feedback. So we got Dead Specimen confirmed one, we got Nick Moses confirmed one. So there's 2 out of 50, and if you want to look back on their Twitter, you can also see the other people that have been chosen. So there has been 20 people announced so far. There will be 30 more people added to the list eventually. But yeah, no pre-orders, orders, or even samples will be available until the community provides external validation. This is interesting. This is interesting stuff. This little line right here. No pre-orders, orders, or even samples. But what's it say here? As previously announced, we'll be distributing 50 free samples to regular users, beta testers, and reviewers. I'm a little bit confused what Unlockswitch means here by no pre-orders, orders, or even samples. Does this mean that we will not get the 50 free samples? Will they not be available in the until the community provides external validation? How can we provide external validation, Unlockswitch? Please explain that. You are being a little bit cryptic with what you just said there, which is, it seems a little bit sus. If I can guess, they want the 50 people to test the samples before making them available to order. Yeah, that could be a high possibility as well. I also think that they could be kind of just trying to get the community more aligned, you know, because right now it seems like a lot of the community is all over the place. There's people that hate Unlockswitch. There's people that hate MigSwitch. There's Mig DIY, which is just, I think it's MigSwitch. I don't know. But yeah, we'll continue on. Once the files are ready, they'll undergo rigorous testing. Feedback will be collected. Validation will be sought. And only then will the mass production and commercialization process commence.
You already know lots of cool things Photoshop can do.
Quiet. We don't like ads while I'm explaining shit. We'll just stop that. Which means no more music, sadly, but whatever. Basically, once the files are ready, they'll undergo rigorous testing, feedback will be collected, validation will be sought. So, like, they are really doing this professionally wise, and they are trying to tell everyone that, hey, please have faith in us. We are being more professional than MigSwitch or Mig DIY or just anyone else claiming they have a flashcard, which is pinnacle fucking awesomeness from Unlockswitch. And I believe that they this is kind of a hot take, but I believe that Unlockswitch will become the R4 of the Switch. MigSwitch and Mig DIY will not. Sure, MigSwitch was the first. They were the first to fail. If you think about it, this right here, this entire just reading this off, learning about how the customers will have control over the cart, how they can do so much more is so much better to me. And I really appreciate what Unlockswitch is doing here. We're in no rush to sell or accept pre-orders, which they have said multiple times, and they even stated on their pinged post. We firmly believe in the strength of our solution, and I believe so too. Like, they got a really strong solution. We've made a deliberate choice to be transparent, just like our case. Smiley face. I wish this was like a little winky face, just to be like a little point to the jab a little bit more, but they tried. Every step of the sample production process, distribution, and feedback from the 50 free samples will be shared on Twitter. And if I get a sample, I will be reviewing it live on YouTube, and I will be posting videos and linking those videos to Twitter if I do get one. But that's just saying for future. In the near future, details about mass production will be shared on Twitter, complete with photos, videos, quantities, and advance notice of availability. Our aim is to do things right and provide maximum information. This is really good. Like, they're actually taking a major step out of like just Nintendo's playbook. Just be transparent with your customers. Let them know what's going on. Let them know that we have this certain amount of product to go out. We have this. We can't send out this. They are doing that, and that's really appreciated. Our primary objective for the launch is to unveil, dyslexia moment, to unveil the Unlockswitch along with its game backup solution. So we're actually getting a flasher. Interesting. Kind of speculated from the 3D models of the PCB boards that we did see earlier, but it's nice to know that it has been confirmed, which is so nice. Game backup solution. It's not being stated as its dumper, but work on the extractor. Extractor. It's not the dumper, it's the extractor. It's got a good name, got a good ring to it, and it's currently underway. And we anticipate a swift completion. Very nice. I love to hear that. Unlockswitch, leading with professionalism, sentence by sentence, and they're actually doing it really good. We are committed to delivering a two-in-one solution, which is really nice, empowering users to back up their games independently, providing a cartridge to execute their games. We're leaving 100% piracy solutions to the competition. It's simply not our focus. Good job. That's exactly what we need to hear, because Unlockswitch does not agree with piracy. They want to actually step away from that. They know that this card can be used in the near future and maybe even the far future for game preservation. Just imagine having all your Switch games on one cart 50 years down the line, if it even lasts that long. You would have lost all your other Switch carts by then. You would still have one Switch cart inside your console, and it would have all your games. It's perfect for preservation purposes and even just archival purposes of your collections. And that's most reasons why people believe in Unlockswitch. A lot of people believe in MIG-Switch because they go down the dark alleyway of piracy. There has been rumors of MIG-Switch supplying links to piracy websites with purchases, but this has also been kind of put off to the side as MIG specifically hasn't done that, but AliExpress sellers are the ones that are selling MIG switches on AliExpress, and that's where some of the people are posting links and photos of, hey, look what I got inside my package. It's a pirating code, all that stuff. But that's only because that's being sent by AliExpress. I'm not sure if MIG is purposely sliding that in there. If they did, they would have sent that with all their cards. I'm not entirely too sure. But yeah, our retail price is their wholesale price. Ooh, that's a direct hit right at fucking MIG Switch. Our retail price is their wholesale price. So they're buying like a lot of fucking cards at the retail price of Unlockswitch. And then they're turning around and selling those for $75 up to $150 with the dumper. And Unlockswitch is charging, I think it was $29.95 or something like that, American. Like massive, massive fucking price change there. Regarding the Unlockswitch MSK, we've made several improvements compared to the initial demo version. Our redesigned case eliminates the need for a small screw, which is kind of good, but at the same time, what if a person's case kind of breaks? What if something happens along those lines and they need to replace it? You'll just end up with the chip. Um, I feel I felt the screw for a MIG switch and the original unlock switch design was actually quite beneficial, as if people wanted to like take the cart out of its PCB case, it could actually be cleaned, it could be alcohol wiped, it could be deep thoroughly cleaned, and it could actually last longer. This new case, I'm hoping that it is airtight up to the SD card slot and up to the PCB connectors for the switch. But I have a speculation that this is going to be kind of like a Nintendo Switch cart where it's just going to be one piece. But we will see if they post pictures in the future. A new PCB design, and yes, it is a really new design. They have changed it quite dramatically from their original. Um, but we haven't seen the back of the new Unlock Switch PCB design, so I'm a little bit kind of skeptical on that point. So until we get to see the back of those cards, a new PCB design is a little bit of a maybe. A new button has been added atop the cartridge for game selection. We can easily see that there is going to be button support with the positive and negative ports at the top of the card. So it will be interesting to know what pins are being shorted. As I've speculated before, I believe it's pins 1 and 2 and also pin 11, but I tried doing some tests earlier on a crappy shit game, and essentially what happened was my card detection pin kind of snapped. And now my version 1 Switch cannot read carts, but I have ordered a cart reader replacement off of Amazon that should be here by the 5th of next month. So I should be able to have that repaired as well in case I do get chosen for Unlock Switch. I'll also be able to do tests on both my modded Switch and my not custom, my official firmware OLED Switch as well. So I'll actually have 2 data samples coming from me if I do get chosen. But yeah, a new button. Everyone has a fucking button nowadays, but it's nice to know that Unlockswitch is confirming this, which is really nice. But this right here, this, an integrated Wi-Fi antenna is now directly embedded on the PCB board. Integrated Wi-Fi antenna. This is actually going to be quite interesting. I assume this will be used in correlation with the program that they are going to be supplying with the cart that you run on your computer. Essentially, I think this will allow you to update your card or change code on it at will, but I believe you might want to have backups of the code that you're modifying just in case you do mess up. But this is just speculation, but it's quite interesting to know that an integrated Wi-Fi antenna is going to be integrated directly onto the PCB board. Um, what this can do does seem quite promising. It doesn't seem like the software for updates and stuff will be handled on the actual SD card. It seems like it will get transmitted through Wi-Fi connection just directly onto the card, which does make a little bit more sense if we go back up here. And yeah, the unlock switch represents an open source solution. No files or code come bundled with your offering. You'll wield complete control over your cartridge, including updates for the two components on the PCB and firmware updates, with further enhancements in the pipeline. So, yeah, this functionality is facilitated by the Unlock Switch programmer and is complementary software. The Unlock Switch programmer software, which comes at no extra cost. So I assume this programmer software you run on your computer, and essentially from there, it will send some sort of data or something to the Unlock Switch, and it will allow for updating the components on the PCB somehow, but yet there's not going to be any files on this card. It seems very very confusing at the moment, but at the same time quite interesting, and I am very very interested, and I mean very interested in what they are going to do with this, because an integrated Wi-Fi antenna directly embedded on a PCB board, that seems that seems really interesting and, like, has some capabilities to do some, how would you say, some interesting things. Like, the Nintendo custom firmware community is quite smart and quite random with what they do, so what if a person could essentially make a code, upload it to this Wi-Fi antenna, and make it so this cart has its own homebrew launcher, and you don't need to unlock a switch to essentially get into homebrew. This will be something that people will have to look for in the future, but right here, this is actually quite something that has really a lot of promise for the homebrew community as well. Just a Wi-Fi antenna directly embedded on the PCB board that you can modify its files or whatever from a computer. I'm not sure how this is going to connect. I assume they have some auto connect software within this programmer software that they are going to be supplying us with. But I I want to know the limits of it. Like, how can this actually work? Like, I'm not entirely too sure if it's going to be an SD card slot Is it going to be just PCB board memory? We haven't seen the back of the card yet, which is very interesting indeed. But they give us this extremely long write-up explaining what it can do in detail, a little bit more, but not in complete detail. They're a little bit cryptic, and, well, as all things Nintendo, everything's cryptic. Everything's fucking cryptic. And before I continue this rant, I'm just gonna finish this because we have like 3 lines of code, 3 lines of fucking stuff to say. But we've introduced a connector to link up with the Unlockswitch programmer. Okay. We've introduced a connector to link up with the Unlockswitch programmer. The programmer will be on computer. This is going to be a connector that does what exactly? I don't know. The pictures of the Unlockswitch MSK will arrive after the publication of this post. Thank you. But yeah, we haven't got that unless they were talking about this from 12 hours ago. Like, they seem a little bit. I don't know if this was posted out of order. Like, they should have said, the cookies are in the oven, they're coming. And then they should have posted the firstly, thank you for your patience, long paragraph, and then this. But it seems a little bit out of order, but I'm not sure if there's going to be another picture. Like, there might be another picture down the line. I'm just going to refresh this, see if they have posted anything. No, they haven't really posted anything yet. But it is this is really promising news, not gonna lie. Like, really promising news. I believe that this card right here was the connector. Like, this essentially, you can tell here is a USB-C port. This USB-C port would essentially be plugged into your computer, I think. But also at the same time, this is kind of a proprietary port, kind of used for stuff like battery connections, PCB connections, just stuff that is proprietary, the white on white connectors, the plastic ones that slide together. I'm not entirely too sure what this will actually connect to, but I have a feeling that this part right here, the USB-C part, will connect to computers and stuff. The chip, PU, and strap. This is quite interesting as I'm not gonna lie, this kind of looks like a OLED hacking chip. That's what I thought the first time I seen it. It's one of those bootstrap devices. Why would you have the word strap on it if it wasn't a bootstrap device? So I think they're going to be giving us something else to possibly plug into this, or maybe there's a connector that plugs into this part and it extends Wi-Fi or sets up its own Wi-Fi signal. But um I can understand why Dead Specimen and Nick Mo did kind of have a little bit speculation behind this and like skepticism. Because you look at these and these are like 3D modeled images, right? That's because 3D modeled images and PCB boards, that's how PCB resuppliers actually accept the board in general is oh shit. Wait, what? No. Wait. 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 I think I might have figured it out. I might maybe? I fucking figured it out. I fucking figured it out. Okay. This orange piece right here. This is the part of the cart. But for some reason, the SD card is down there. Okay. So this is top of cart. That is this piece right here. This piece right here is this seems interesting. That piece will slide into that piece. That piece will literally slide into that piece. So you can hook the cart up to this piece. Oh. Why didn't I notice this sooner? Okay. Like, that literally would look like it would slide into that. Why? This is like if you look at it, like sure there's buttons here, but if you would think about it, the button would slide in right here. It wouldn't hit anything. That would slide in. That would connect to that. That you would plug into your computer. I think this might be the second way to update the thing, or that's quite interesting. But yeah, where's our first version of the MIG switch? Not the MIG switch, the unlock switch. There's Nick Mo right there. Shoutouts. Shoutouts to Nick Mo and Dead Specimen over at Team Tweezers. Okay. Did they actually remove? Nope. No, that's the fake picture. Revision test. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Here is the old cart. Not entirely too sure, but this does look a little bit different from what we are dealing with now. We still got the two PCB boards on the PCB circuit board and all that. But this is Unlockswitch version 3 revision 1. So I assume that we're on version 4 revision 1 before even any physical releases have happened. But as you can see, there is no weird little thing like a little nub up in this one. And this picture is essentially the other side of this board. So what I'm thinking is that this is the back of that board that they just showed us, but this orange piece does somehow connect into this little component box that would plug into your computer, and that would be one way. I'm not sure if they outdated this. That was just posted like 2 days ago. I highly doubt they would outdate something that quick. But it's quite interesting. It's just really quite interesting because I did not notice this until I actually looked at this on stream. I looked at this picture for a good 2 fucking hours last night, and I did not notice that this orange part here actually does look like a plugin. It actually is a plugin. And this plugin would essentially plug into here, meaning that that's obviously its connector, right? It's got to be its connector. But Unlockswitch just posting this. I'm not sure. Like, can we? I'm not. It might be already soldered on. It might. Like, it's really, really hard to tell. It looks like they are quite flat up against each other. This one is just being held by his hand, but I'm not sure. They might already have the components on the back of them already. They're just not showing us them yet. But Yeah. This has actually been like really big news. Just this part right here. We learned that there's going to be a Wi-Fi antenna and it's going to be introducing a connector. I assume this connector right here is what they were talking about. This thing right here has to be the connector. This has to be the connector. 100% has to be the connector. I'm not entirely too sure, but I know this is 100% sure the cart. This is the cart. 100%. And then this is the other side of the cart. So we've got both sides of the cart from Unlockswitch, but right now we've only got like a 3D copy, a 3D model of one of the sides of the cart. But as I was explaining before, this is essentially how suppliers and developers actually get their ideas out. They essentially make a PCB board in Blender or just any 3D modeling software. They come up with the idea and then they send that off to whatever, like the suppliers and all that. And essentially, the suppliers will make something pretty close to that. But this is the part I'm extremely interested in. So if you're watching this Unlock Switch, please, please let me know what exactly this is. And if the orange thing plugs into the white thing, I need to know this. This is rattling my brain too much. So, yeah. I think I'll probably let it off here. There's not really much news that I can cover that Dead Specimen and Nick Moe haven't really covered already. And I'm sure that they are going to be doing a way more professional newscast later on tonight or possibly later on tomorrow. So please stay tuned into their channel, Nick Moe 05, for the latest from Switch Unlock News, or you can just use it and just straight up come to Unlock Switch and literally find Nick Moe in the comments somewhere, and then you can just literally go, where is it? I think he like posts this on media. No, not media. It was posts. Oh yeah, so Nick Moe has already reposted that. Cool. But yeah, you can just essentially come here and just find his channel by going to, why isn't it not working, YouTube? Did you, oh, he posted that as, oh, that's why. He posted that as a Twitter video. Very interesting. I think I'll actually have to go to Dead Specimens Twitter then to actually give you the guys the good link. Where is, I keep on hitting black. There we go. Dead Specimen, and then, yeah, right here. YouTube. Essentially, you just want to go to here. Nick Moe's 05. This guy will cover the news that I have seemed to forgotten or missed. And yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in today. If you thought this was interesting, please leave a like, possibly a subscription. Comment what you thought down in the VOD, and I'll think about making more types of videos like this because I find just gaming news and like flashcart news just so fascinating and all that. So if you guys are like interested in this sort of content, please let me know, and I might do some more. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone, and I hope you have a good one. This has been the Wasteland Walker.